Oh, what's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy DMV back with another one.
JG about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV.
I'm back with my 5 top things that the Cowboys have to do in order to win this game. Number 1 is always the most important job of the week. The most important thing that we decide that we want to implement is the run game. And that's on both sides this time because we have to control the line of scrimmage. We know that the Rams have Ndamukong Suh. We know that they have Aaron Donald. We know that they have Michael Brockers. But we do know that what I've heard and what I've actually seen is that the Rams are pretty light in the ass when it comes to the middle of their defense. And if we can find a way to get past that first level, we can eat all day from the run game. As far as Todd Gurley goes, we know that they like to run that stretch. They like to run the outside zone where Todd Gurley can find a lane and find cut lanes and make that one cut, put his foot in the ground and get upfield. So what we have to do up front is find a way for our interior line to push their interior line back a little bit. That way we can string him out because we have the speed at the linebacker position with Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith. And, you know, Sean Lee coming in and being an aid every once in a while. So I feel pretty good about our chances if our defensive line on the interior can get that can get that consistent push to keep them in third and longer situations, 3rd and 6 or better. The Rams like to win 1st and 2nd down. They like big chunk plays on 1st and 2nd down. So that segues me to my second point, which is in order to win this game, second point, we have to take away Goff's first read. I didn't believe it, and I didn't want to believe it at first, but my man, Michael Tannehill out of Dallas, he's the biggest Cowboy hater ever. But the one thing that I will say is the guy knows his football, and what he does is he's very, how do I say, fair when it comes to criticism and analysis. And what he said was a zone blitz scheme, the cover 2 zone blitz scheme, can throw Goff off his game. And when I actually watched it, it was actually true. What Goff really likes is that first deep read down the field, and if you can take that away and make him have to go throughout his progression, it's a little tough for him. Now, he's more of a one-read quarterback than we really know, because Sean McVay does a very good job of disguising that. So what we have to do is take away his first read. That way, it doesn't matter how much disguising that Sean McVay can do with the formations or whatnot. If we know which spots we're supposed to be in, we know which guy is going to do what route as far as studying and looking at habits. We can have a really good game here. And it really hurts them that they don't have Cooper Kupp because for the most part he was that first read for those guys. So if we can kind of take away the first read, take away the seam reads, you know, those areas in the zone or those big areas where it makes it easy for your quarterback to deliver those sweet spots, we can have a very good day against them. Number 3, we have to weather the storm early. Now, you know, every year we have our training camp in Oxnard. So we're going to have a huge Cowboy turnout. I'm not sure how much of a Cowboy turnout because you never know. I mean, the Rams are somewhat new, are new again to the Los Angeles area. This is their 2nd year. So last year they made the playoffs. Maybe this year they learn from their past mistakes and they, you know, have a tougher crowd in here this time. But what I want to say is the Cowboys every year have that Oxnard camp. So, you know, we have a huge fan base in LA, knowing that they didn't have a team in LA for a while, but we continue to have that camp out there. So we gave the people out there something to cheer for during the summer, and maybe that translated throughout the years. So maybe there are guys out there that just stuck with the Cowboys over the Rams coming back. And I'm counting on that, hopefully. And, you know, if we can neutralize that crowd or, you know, find a way to get our crowd into the game, we have a really good chance early because the Rams are, as my boy Elton would say, front runners. And with them being front runners, if we can find a way to keep it close early or take an early lead, we can make them a little bit uncomfortable. It's all about making the Rams uncomfortable. And they're uncomfortable when it comes to tough type games, gritty type games. And that segues to my next point. We have to make this a physical dogfight because no matter what you say, them having Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, the Rams are a pretty soft team in my opinion as far as when it comes to gritty. They don't want the game They don't want the scratching and the clawing type game. They want it clean. They want it up and down, fast paced. That's the type of game they want. As when they turn the ball over, you see a different Rams team. When you make them in the red zone have to kick field goals, you see a different Rams team. If I can go back to the Detroit Lions game, the Rams want it clean, and if we can somehow muddy the waters, we have a really good shot. And the fifth and final point is that we have to win third and fourth down on both sides. Now, I say third and fourth down because it's the playoffs. You know, sometimes in the regular season, you might punt on 4th and 1. In the playoffs, though, you know, you might figure I might not want to give that guy the ball back, or I just want to have a statement drive, so I'm just going to punch you in the mouth. So let me read you guys some stats. On third down, the Rams' offense is at 45%, and their defense is at 37.2%. So their offense is third in the league, and their defense is 12th in the league. On fourth down, their offense yields 40%, and they're 30th in the league. And the Rams' defense is at 60%, which is 22nd in the league. So the Cowboys' offense yields 41.4% on third down, which is 10th in the league. The Cowboys' defense yields 42.3%, 27th in the league. So on fourth down, the Cowboys' offense, which I thought we would have been a little bit better at, but we yield 57.1%. We're 16th in the league at that. And then our defense, 42.9%, which is 5th in the league. So I would have flip-flopped those if I had to look off the top of my head. But the Cowboys are very strong, I would say, on fourth down defense. Third down defense is meh. You know, we're 27th in the league. So what we have to do is we have to get better at third down defenses, getting them off the field. So how do we do that? Well, I know that the Cowboys, when it comes to field position, sometimes they give up a couple first downs, which shows the stats that, yeah, we're 27th in the league because we allow a couple first downs and we make a stop. What we have to do is we have to do a better job of getting that 3 and out. Maybe not the 3 and out, maybe the next time. So that means we have to punt them in the corner. We have to give them long fields. And we have to get the Rams offense, we have to get their defense, and we have to convert third downs. If you can convert the team that can convert the most third downs, more than likely wins your playoff game. So I really like that. And my X factor for this game is Leighton Vander Esch. I think that his job, or maybe the tandem of LVE and Jalen Smith, the tandem on Todd Gurley, because the last time we played them, Todd Gurley went nuts. Jalen Smith wasn't the same. He had the drop foot issue. And, you know, they were going at him all game. He's not the same Jalen Smith. And Sean Lee went out of that game, and, you know, we did a good job early, and then when Sean Lee went out, we had trouble. So in this game, we have to make sure that our tandem is actually winning more than they're losing that battle against Todd Gurley. And who knows, man, he may not be as healthy as we think. I know he's had about 3 to 4 weeks of resting that knee, but we got to put bodies on him, and we got to hit him early and often. So this is an important stat right here. I'm not really a stat guy. I like X's and O's, but this is one thing that I've really harped myself on as a coach. I'm watching football and enjoying football. The turnover battle, the turnover margin. And what I went back and did was I went through all 17 of the Cowboys games, including the playoff game, and I wanted to know our record when we win the turnover margin, when we are even, and when we lose the turnover margin. And I actually have a surprise statistic. So this one doesn't surprise me, but we are 7-0 when we win the turnover margin. When we are even, we are 1-4, which, you know, I would have never guessed that. When we're even in the game with turnovers, we're 1-4. But check this out. When we lose the turnover battle, we are 3-2. We actually lost the turnover battle against Seattle. So maybe it has less to do with the turnover margin and when we get the turnovers. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure that we are forcing key turnovers at the right spots. And we have to make sure that we are holding on to the football, because I know that Dak Prescott has a fumbling issue from the pocket, and the Rams' their defensive line is really good at sneaking their hand in there, getting strip sacks and whatnot. So we have to make sure that we are good in that aspect of the turnover margin. Either we have to win it or we have to lose it, but apparently we can't be even. But yeah, my prediction for this game is I think that the Rams will jump out to an early lead, and I think that the Cowboys will scratch and claw their way back. If I had to guess, I would say the Rams go up maybe 10-0 at home, and the Cowboys scratch their way back right before half, maybe get a field goal, maybe get a touchdown, make it a one-score game. The third quarter will most likely be a wash. Maybe nobody scores, maybe it's even. But I have the fourth quarter being where both teams actually ramp it up. And I think that what will end up being is maybe a mid-20s type of game. I'd say that I have the Cowboys winning this game 26-23 on a game-winning field goal by, you heard it, Maher. Maher comes through for us, and we go to the NFC Championship game. But let me know what you guys think. If you're a Rams fan, let me know what your rebuttals are. What do you think? Like, how do you see this game playing out? I'm sure you guys have winning by more than 7 points, which is the Vegas line right now, 7 points for the Rams. So I'm pretty sure you guys see this going a little bit differently. But let me know what you guys think, Cowboys Nation. What are your keys to victory? All right, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell each time I come out with content. All right, peace.
JG about to let y'all know how we rep the Cowboys out here in the DMV.